Assalamualaikum and good morning. Welcome to the 15th International Malaysian Educational Technology Convention, IMEC 2021, organized by the International Malaysian Educational Technology Association, META, and Bahagian Sumber dan Teknologi Pendidikan, BSTP, Ministry of Education Malaysia. We will convene in this marvelous convention from 9 October till the 10th October. This is a great achievement for not only META, but also BSTP and JPN Perak as IMET 2021 will be the first online convention mod organized by META, co-host with the Perak Education State Department. This mode is expected to allow more participants from faraway locations to join us at this contracting and challenging economic condition. This new mode will also save money and help reduce participants' expenses. IMET 2021 intends to provide an avenue for an insightful and engaging meeting, forum, presentation and discussion of issues, information and unique research findings from the creative humanities angle. IMET 2021 is interdisciplinary and brings creative industry-focused projects, papers and creative outputs that respond and address the complex social and cultural issues. The event includes keynote addresses from leading experts, panel discussion, workshops and award ceremony. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the change in the global education delivery system, it is high time that we reap the benefits of mind-engaging research papers that will be presented by many educational technologies from around the country and world. The theme for this year's convention is Digitalizing Education Ecosystem for Digital Inclusivity. Without further ado, I welcome everyone to stand for our national anthem, Negaraku. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, the Perak State Anthem.
Allah usianya sultan.
Thank you, everyone. Now we would like to welcome Tuan Haji Azlan bin Muhammad Noor, KPP Sektor Pendidikan Islam, JPN Perak, for our doa recital.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin wal aqibatu lil muttaqin wala udwana illa 'alal zalimin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Ya Allah, ya Malik, ya Quddus, kami menadah tangan memohon restumu dan inayahmu. Kurniakanlah kepada kami iman yang sempurna, akhlak yang mulia, kecintaan kepada yang hak, kebencian kepada yang batil, ilmu yang benar, pengetahuan yang kekal, minda yang bijaksana, dan tanggungjawab yang berintegriti. Ya Allah, ya Karim, jadikanlah program International Malaysian Educational Technology Convention IMET2021 yang bakal berlangsung ini sebagai wasilah ke arah meningkatkan upaya berterusan penerokaan ilmiah berkaitan teknologi pendidikan di peringkat domestik dan antarabangsa. Ya Allah, perkukuhkanlah azam dan iltizam kami bersama demi melestarikan daya usaha dan curahan tenaga kepada agama, bangsa, negara dan global. Ya Allah, ya Syakur, sempurnakanlah hasil dan pembentangan ilmiah berkaitan teknologi pendidikan ini sebagai satu sumbangan yang dicontohi dan disegani. Tingkatkanlah kefahaman dan keilmuan di dalam akal, minda dan sanubari kami. Limpahkanlah cahaya petunjuk untuk kami terus mendapatkan ilmu serta kemahiran baharu daripada semua pembentangan yang sudah tentu memberi dampak yang besar dalam bidang teknologi pendidikan global. Ya Allah, ya Rashid, kami memohon agar hasilan dan pembentangan dalam program ini menjadi sumber rujukan sahih dan berkualiti kepada seluruh warga pendidikan. Jadikanlah ia sebagai sumber bukti, pencerahan dan penyelesaian kepada isu terkini dalam bidang teknologi pendidikan. Ya Allah, ya Fattah, suburkanlah di kalangan kami jiwa dan semangat sebagai peneroka teknologi pendidikan yang baharu. Kurniakanlah kami kehendak serta keinginan berterusan dalam bidang teknologi pendidikan yang berpandukan data yang tepat serta menatijahkan dapatan yang benar. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma wa tafarruqana min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma wa la taj'al fina wa la ma'ana syaqiyan wa la matrudan wa la mahruma. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzaban nar wa adkhilna al jannata ma'al abrar ya azizu ya ghaffar ya rabbal alamin. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Amin, amin, amin ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Tuan Haji. Now, please put our hands together to welcome Yang Berusaha, Dr. Muhammad Hafiz bin Mat Hanif, Chair for IMET 2021, to render his speech.
Oh, alright. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day to everyone. My name is Dr. Muhammad Hafiz bin Mat Hanif and I am the chair for the 15th IMET, or better known as the International Malaysian Educational Technology Convention this year. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you into this auspicious event. We are very grateful to the BSTP, or Bahagian Sumber Teknologi Pendidikan, Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia, for the tremendous support, and for JPN Perak, specifically for SSTP Perak, for their precious help as the host for this year's convention. We are very fortunate to have the support from the state government of Perak, and we are truly honoured to have the Menteri Besar Perak Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Sakrani Muhammad to officiate this event. We would also like to welcome a host of keynoters, panelists. We have speakers and esteemed guests who are very committed to share or to the quest of knowledge dissemination through the act of sharing of ideas, thoughts and experiences. So through these connections that we seek to better understand the world around us, specifically on the subject of education, technology, and everything in between. So this year's convention theme focuses on the idea of education in digital form and how that impacted the whole education continuum. To augment discussion around this theme, we have prepared a plethora of sessions including keynotes from Japan and Malaysia. We have the international webinar that features panels from Korea, Brunei, and Philippines. We have the best practices session where it is a sharing session from among Malaysia's top educators, and a long list of high quality paper presentations. We hope that by the end of this convention, we will arrive to a conclusion or a consensus on how can we move forward or how can we make things better for our children, for our students, for our nations, for everyone in the world. I personally hope that all of you will have a great time following the sessions that we have installed for you. So as we move forward into this pandemic stage or endemic stage, I feel that when it comes to delivering education, delivering instruction, delivering knowledge, it is not merely about the transferring of knowledge, but more to creating new meaningful learning experiences for our students. And that is an adventure worth more than gold. With that, I leave you with all the best wishes in the world and have a great convention. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and have a great day.
Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Hafiz bin Mat Hanif. We will now welcome Yang Berusaha Dr. Muhammad Suhaimi bin Muhammad Ali, Director of Perak JPN, to give his welcoming speech.
Morning. Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Sarani bin Muhammad Menteri Besar Perak Darul Rizwan, Yang Berusaha Puan Maznah Abu Bakar, Director of Educational Resources and Technology Division, Ministry of Education Malaysia, Yang Berusaha Profesor Dr. Wan Ahmad Jaafar Wan Yahya, President of the Malaysian Educational Technology Association (PTPM), Yang Berusaha Dr. Muhammad Hafiz Muhammad Hanif, Chairman of IMETC2021 Convention, Yang Berusaha Encik Nur Azman Shah Muhammad Yusof, Chief Assistant Director SSTP Perak State Education Department, official from the Ministry of Education Malaysia and the Perak Education Department, PTPM committee members and organising committee members, and IMET 2021 participants. Dear all, it is my pleasure to address the participants of this year's IMET 2021. I would like to take this opportunity to share with all of you some key points that are pertinent to the present situation that we are in, the pandemic COVID-19, which will soon enter its endemic stage, where we have to learn to live with the virus, as how we are doing with dengue and other infectious diseases. As with a lot of other dimensions in our life, education has received a tremendous impact over this COVID-19 fiasco. Online learning has become the main vehicle for the continuation of teaching and learning process during the pandemic. Teachers and educators worldwide had to transition from the normal face-to-face instruction to online teaching in a matter of months due to the abrupt closure of schools and other educational institutions. Now, online learning has become a necessity, and teachers need to adapt to it to suit the current and future needs of students and the educational processes. While the pandemic impacted everyone and that it came with a slew of hardships and misgivings, on the brighter side, it helps propel the use of technology in teaching and learning to the height that we have never achieved before. As a direct result, teachers and students are now adapting the use of technologies. We can see the teachers are doing their best to ensure that the process of learning education continues. There are some who leverage the power of social media applications and platforms to support instruction. This innovative step is seen as a necessity which can aid students' retention and consequently having positive impact on students' learning and knowledge acquisition when done the right way. We need to welcome more innovative approach to teaching and learning like this to maximize the potential impact of learning during the pandemic and moving forward. The government under various programs and initiative is working towards narrowing the digital divide. We need to acknowledge that teaching and learning should not always be delivered online. There are other technologies and platforms that can provide even greater reach. The key here is to have a more coordinated organization between the ministry and the educational frontliners, so whatever the programs and initiatives created and launched by the ministry will be fully utilized by teachers. Through the Lima, the ministry has created a platform and opportunity to help teachers around Malaysia, providing access to relevant and useful materials and resources that can elevate their teaching and learning quality during the pandemic. It is hoped that teachers make a full use of this platform and be brave in exploring other available tools and technologies out there to find the most suitable setup for their own students. To do that, teachers need to understand that teaching online does not merely constitute a transformation of the existing face-to-face teaching practice into online, but it involves more thoughtful process, as a lot of tacit elements that have always taken for granted in face-to-face instruction are not going to be easily augmented in online environment. I'm sure that after almost 2 years of teaching during the pandemic, teachers already know this logistical fact. Teachers need to always strive to get themselves upgraded in terms of their technological, pedagogical knowledge. Integrating technology in teaching can be as simple as using a laptop and a projector in a classroom. But a true skillful teacher knows how to leverage creative pedagogical design that uses technology as a support structure rather than the premier feature of a lesson. Webinars, open webinars have been carried out to help teachers to be better at teaching with technologies, but in the end, it is up to the teachers to take the necessary step to properly use technology in teaching and learning. We do this not just for the sake of us, but ultimately it is for the future of our students. JPN and KPM has always supported teachers to innovate. With this comes many historical winning both local and at international level. IMETC2021 is another avenue that teachers can use to share ideas, concepts, experiences, and knowledge with other like-minded people who have the same interests. I implore the teachers take this golden opportunity to sit in every session, listen to all the presentations, and get something that you can bring back to your own school and benefit from it. At JPN, we always look for opportunities to work with agencies and industry players for the purpose of strengthening the education in Malaysia. We welcome collaborative partnership with various agencies to work with us towards a better future for our kids. The cooperation between JPN Perak and the Malaysian Educational Technology Association, META, is a fine example. I hope that by bringing IMET to Perak this year, teachers can engage a more direct conversation that can potentially shape the future of our nation's education system. Thank you and have a great convention.
Thank you for your wonderful speech, sir. Now, we would like to welcome Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Sarani Muhammad, Menteri Besar Perak, to give his speech and at the same time officiate the 15th International Malaysian Educational Technology Convention.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursalin wa imamil muttaqin wa ala alihi wa ahli baitihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Yang berusaha Puan Maznah Abu Bakar, Director of Educational Resources and Technology Division, Ministry of Education, Malaysia. Yang berusaha Dr. Muhammad Suhaimi Muhammad Ali, Perak State Director of Education. Yang berusaha Profesor Dr. Wan Ahmad Jaafar Wan Yahya, President of Malaysian Educational Technology Association, PTPM. Yang berusaha Dr. Muhammad Hafiz Mat Hanif, Chairman of the IMETC2021 Convention. Yang berusaha Encik Nur Azman Shah Muhammad Yusof, Chief Assistant Director, SSTP, Perak State Education Department. Officials from the Ministry of Education Malaysia and the Perak Education Department. PTPM committee members and organizing committee members and IMETC 2021 participants. Ladies and gentlemen, the year 2021 is a very challenging year for the whole world, including our country, which is so affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. The current situation is difficult for all, and we need to face it together. Furthermore, in a situation the country is facing various waves of COVID-19 pandemics, especially in the last 3 months, with an increase in the number of COVID-19 positive cases, which is high and disturbing. However, government efforts through various initiatives, legislation, and enforcement have borne fruit with a decrease in the number of cases and daily deaths. As a result, educators, either in schools or in institutions of higher learning, need a different approach of teaching and learning, and sometimes the approach is beyond our expectation. In this regard, in Perak State alone, every plan or decision made needs to be refined and scrutinized, because the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the education sector involves such a large number of various stakeholders, covering more than 1,106 schools and 364,085 students. However, in whatever approach and decision is taken, the state government always gives priority to the safety and health aspects of all students, teachers, lecturers, and residents of schools or higher education institutions. As Menteri Besar, I often ask questions about the rights of all citizens to access and enjoy quality education digitally, regardless of background and geography. I also often emphasize that the same quality of education can be accessed and enjoyed by all walks of life throughout the state of Perak. In other words, it is not only a challenge to the Ministry of Education Malaysia, but also to the state government. Several agencies under the state government have always been committed to help those affected by this pandemic, especially in ensuring that learning process is not disrupted. Understanding the constraints faced by students, the state government have announced free smartphone and SIM card to assist more than 20,000 students from the B40 group to enable them to pursue home-based teaching and learning, PDPR. This effort is a collaboration between state government and YTL Foundation. The Office of State Secretary, in collaboration with the Perak State Education Department, is constantly updating the data of students affected by this pandemic and identifying forms of assistance that can be provided. For students in higher education institutions, the state government continue to provide Perak Darul Ridwan higher education loans, which can be utilized to assist in the purchase of laptop or smartphone equipment for the purpose of online learning. Perak Foundation or Yayasan Perak will continue to assist students in institutions of higher learning in various forms of assistance. Ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely hope that the finding from this convention can provide input to the state government in formulating policies and initiatives to help create a digital education ecosystem that can benefit all citizens of this state, including providing new ideas and new approach of innovations. On this occasion as well, I would like to express my gratitude to all parties in assisting the state government facing the challenge of this pandemic. Let us pray that this pandemic will end and that we can both move on with life in a more conducive environment. These efforts show the readiness of the Perak state government in producing talent that is ready for the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as equipping students and graduates with various skills and various disciplines. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to give a speech and subsequently officiate the 15th International Malaysia Educational Technology Convention 2021. Congratulations to the Malaysian Educational Technology Association, Educational Resources and Technology Division, Ministry of Education Malaysia, and Educational Resources and Technology Sector, Perak Education Department as the organizer of this colloquium, which was held for the first time in Perak. I am confident it will achieve its objectives with the presence of academicians, MOE, and the Perak Education Department officers, industry leaders, government agencies, and postgraduate students. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am pleased to open the 15th International Malaysian Educational Technology Convention 2021 officially. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Ya Ahmad Berhormat, for your wonderful insights and ideas to make our education system to be globally competitive and be on par with other nations in the world. Moving on, next is our first keynote address of the day, and I would like to call upon Dr. Kamaris Samu to be the moderator and to introduce our first keynote presenter. Thank you.